Good evening. Thank you for coming and welcome to Anthrocon 2007. And the white card has left the building. Well, you're stuck with me. Wow, this was said for Kagi, I can tell. There, that's better. I'm not as tall. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I love it. You're going to cheer everything I say. Okay, great. Okay. Pine cone. Thank you very much. No, okay. It's not going to be that easy, is it? Okay. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and you all know what we're known for there. Good one? Good one? Hurricanes? Theme parks? You forgot one. Boating? Manatees? Great. And would you like this? Anyway, also known for that, theme parks, sunny weather, and crazy frickin' astronauts. It was in the paper maybe 6 or 7 months ago. Former female astronaut drives 905 miles from Houston to Orlando and is arrested in a foiled kidnapping attempt where she tried to kidnap this female naval officer who was competing with her for the affections of another fellow astronaut. Former female astronaut. I guess this means somewhere between Houston and Orlando she grew a penis. Or I'm guessing she stopped and she picked one up because God knows you can pick up anything at Stuckey's. It's on the shelf right between the nut logs. That's kind of appropriate. But anyway, it's said that during all of this, when they pulled her over, it was an attempted kidnapping. And that's part of what bothers me with it. Because if you think about it, they kind of caught her before she could do anything. I mean, if they had left this alone, it might have been a hell of a porn video. They could have called it Lusty Lesbian Astronauts and Fly Me to the Poon. God, I love the cheap ones, don't you? But as I read this article, a couple of things were pointed out to me. Number one, a lot of astronauts, they tend to be easily depressed because they spend all this time going through all of this training and preparing for this huge, huge event, and then, just like that, it's over. Well, that didn't bother me. That's like most any date I've ever been on. You spend all that time and you ask them out and you shower and you shave and you wear nice clothes and you take them to a nice restaurant and you look at her across the table and try to get that Aquaman telepathic thing going, tonight, 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 and she finally looks at you with that yes, and then, like that, it's over. Which is when I usually go, hey, where the hell are you going? I still haven't broken out the Cocker Spaniels, the Spam, or the hot tub. Get back in here and retie yourself to that bed. Right. So you read further and it said, when they pulled her over, in the car they found a guy crawling on the floor. Hi there. I don't. You're distracting. I like that. Thank you. Applause. Thank you for covering up that I forgot just what I was going to say next. Oh, crawling on the floor. Anyway, yeah, when they pulled her over, when they found her, rented lips, okay, I'm sorry. When they checked her car, what they found was a wig, BB gun, rubber mallet, knife, and adult diapers. And you read further and it says that she wore these things so she wouldn't have to stop during the entire 950-mile trip. Now that's dedication. I mean, if you think about it, hell, I've used a big gulp cup before. And you know, nothing livens up that trip down I-4 like trying to keep the car on the road while the guy behind you is choking you with a face full of hot pee. But as you read it further, it went on to say that all astronauts wear these things. Because once you suit up and you get all that gear on, and the oxygen tank and the helmet and everything, you don't have time during a liftoff or a spacewalk to go take this stuff off to take a leak. So, all astronauts wear diapers. Did anybody else's childhood fantasy just jump off a cliff? I mean, if you think about it, growing up, there were three things a kid wanted to be: astronaut, cowboy, or policeman. It's like, Billy, what would you like to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut because I've never seen one in a Village People video. But being an astronaut was cool. Being in space, anything to do with outer space was cool. Because you got to fly in rocket ships, you got to play with ray guns and see these incredible monsters and sleep with green alien women. And leave the next day and never call them again because usually Ming the Merciless will blow them up in the next episode. But now, all adults, or all astronauts, I hope not all adults, this is going to be an interesting audience if you are, but all astronauts wear these diapers. So I'm literal. Every time I watch Buzz Aldrin now on the news, or I watch Luke Skywalker about to blow up the Death Star, or watch Captain Kirk about to beam down, I think the same thing. They get that iron-jawed, steely-eyed look of determination. They just crap their pants. And NASA is even embarrassed by these things because they can't call them diapers. They call them mags, for maximum absorbency undergarments. Because I guess it sounds more manly. Men, put on your helmet, oxygen tank, your mags, and don't forget your powder. Because God knows nothing's more embarrassing on a spacewalk than this guy floating upside down on camera in front of the Mir space station, scratching here. Because he's chafing. Does anybody remember the movie Independence Day, where Will Smith was this ace fighter pilot, kept trying to get into NASA, and he couldn't because he kept flailing this one question? I know the question. Are you willing to diaper and powder a grown man? Hell no. So I guess I have to go back to dreaming about being a cowboy. Because John Wayne, well, he never roamed the range in a pair of Huggies, now did he? Might explain the walk. Why he was so cranky all the damn time. That's the best ending I've got for that bit, so